Hi everybody, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. So today's video is one of those videos you need to follow me to understand, okay? So first, I saw this lady's video. Take a look.
Did you know that single women own 2.71 million more homes in America than single men? That's crazy. Especially considering that women couldn't even get a mortgage by themselves until 1974. This has been a busy 50 years, I guess. Period.
Okay. And then she came back with a response because after she posted the video, a lot of guys were angry, so they came for her. Take a look at her response.
The other day, I made a 16-second video on TikTok talking about how single women in America own 2.71 million more homes than single men. And silly little me didn't think anything of it. Well, if you're bored, I highly suggest you go check out the comment section on that video, because there are over 6,000 comments from angry men. And you're probably thinking, well, I must have been talking shit about men if men are so mad. This was the video in its entirety. I stated the fact about women owning more homes. I referenced the Equal Credit Opportunity Act of 1974 and how before that it was legal for a woman to be declined a mortgage. And then I gave a quick little shout out to women for having a busy 50 years. Since posting that video, I have had people send me disgusting, nasty messages. I have had people spam book consultations with me through the links in my bio under fake, nasty names. And I can't help but notice that this situation so perfectly demonstrates what it's like to be a woman in this world. This is why women can't run on a trail by themselves. This is why we have to look over our shoulders when we're walking to our car from the grocery store. This is why we have to think twice before answering a knock at our front door. The men who carry anger and resentment towards women in general are the men who hurt and kill women. So if nothing else, let this be a reminder to my lady friends. You're not paranoid. You're not being dramatic. We do live in a dangerous world with some unhinged so stay safe out there. And if you want to make it 2.8 million more homes than men, hit me up and I'll help you buy a house.
So out of curiosity, I was like, is this actually true? Because in the comment section, a lot of the guys were screaming, divorce, divorce. All these women got it because of divorce, okay? And so I did a little bit of a search on TikTok and I found this guy. Take a look at his video.
Women are doing the damn thing when it comes to home ownership. I saw this graphic not too long ago on International Women's Day that said single women now own 2.71 million more homes than single men. That's an outstanding difference. And as you see, they're buying here in Maryland where I am. And I can comfortably say a large majority of my business are single women. When it comes to home ownership and when people come to me talking about buying homes, single women, their profile looks a lot better than single men. Not to say that they make more money, but their profile, their credit, their debt to income ratio, all that looks much better than compared to the men that I'm looking to work with. But I wonder why this is. I wonder, are men more comfortable with living with less? Because a lot of the men I know are still living with their parents, where a lot of women are either renting or, of course, buying homes. So are men more comfortable with living with less? Are men less financially sound than women? What do you think the difference is when it comes to buying homes between men and women, and this large discrepancy in home ownership? Let me know your thoughts in the comment.
Right? Okay, so now I'm going to play some of the responses to her original video, because a lot of guys responded to her video and they had a lot to say. Okay, so we're going to get into that shortly, but I want to know what you think about all of this in the comment section. I am proud to hear that so many single women are homeowners than men. I love it. Yeah, so let's go and hear what the guys have to say about her video, and I'm going to come back and talk some more.
Single women own 2.71 million more homes in America than single men.
That's because men buy houses to fill them up with kids, while women buy houses just to say they did it. Who buys a home for themselves? You know how stupid that is? You're getting a appointment for that. And it wouldn't shock me if a bunch of those properties were achieved through divorce. Women always keep the houses.
Own 2.71 million more homes in America.
I'm going to clarify this. Let me correct the statement. There are a lot of women out there that get things by divorce. That's how that's happening. Granted, yes, there's some women that have their own places that earn all this stuff, but there's a lot of you that took those homes from men that put you there. I'm going to clarify that right now. Let's not forget about that part. Also, let me reiterate to you, I am retired. Not a lot of you people can say that they retired at 39. I retired the same year my 70-year-old father retired. Me and dad retired at the same time. Some of y'all only wish that y'all can do what a man can actually do and accomplish. We're not the same. Biologically, physically, we're not the same. So for these women to make a blanket statement, we can do everything. Keyword everything a man can do is on some BS. Granted, you can do some of it, but not everything a man can do. That's why there's so many women that desire a man. I'm out of here.
More homes in America.
Which is funny given that today's generation of women still won't shut up about the wage gap. And while it is true that men do indeed earn more money than women on average, we also work longer hours on average, whereas women make up the majority of part-time workers. So if men still out-earn women, how do women afford to pay for all these houses? Oh yeah, they don't pay for these houses. Women file for 70% of divorces, they get alimony, and they can still make their ex-husband pay for a house that he doesn't get to own or live in. You see, this statistic that y'all are flexing on is going to come back to bite you because now men are hearing alarm bells. So now we're calling our senators and congressmen to get them to change divorce laws so that you can't do this anymore.
Y'all are so disingenuous. Let's forget the divorce aspect of it. As a single man right now, my taxes supplement you as a woman. You're a single woman, I'm a single man. We both go to work, we both take taxes, but the government takes more taxes out of my paycheck right now to supplement your income as a woman. You still get, that whole 60 cents to the dollar, it's no more. Regardless of how much you make in America, if you're a single man, your income is taken, taxes is to supplement women. So what I hate this disingenuity. We need to start, if you start getting taxed the same way men do, you will truly understand the patriarchy.
Did you know that single women own 2.71?
I did know that. I also know that the reason for this is because old couples are the people who own lots of homes, and women tend to outlive their husbands, and widowed women are included in those statistics. So the method that was used in order for lots of women to own houses was their husbands had to die. I'll link an article. I guess I'll try to learn to do that for the first time.
So everybody's been talking about how single women own more homes than single men in America. How is that, and how is that changing the paradigm of wealth in America? I'm Chris Perry. I'm a real estate agent licensed in Maryland and DC, and I'm top 1% in the country in sales. Okay, so first off, single women, kudos that you are buying so many homes. And a lot of men, for whatever reason, are hurt by that. They're saying, oh, they got homes and divorces and things. But even a lot of my clients, the majority of them, are single women right now buying homes. I think that women tend to prioritize stability and investments and things like that, whereas men, a lot of times we are okay with renting an apartment and living really anywhere as long as we have somewhere to lay our head. I think the great thing about home ownership, and the reason why I preach home ownership, is because of the equity that you can build. When you're renting an apartment, you don't really build equity at all. Once you move out, you get your security deposit back if the apartment is in the condition that you got it. If not, then you don't even get your security deposit back. Whereas when you own a home, you keep it a few years, you sell it and leverage it to buy the next home or do whatever you want to do with the money. But what are your thoughts if you are a single man or a single woman? Are you thinking about buying a home? Have you bought one? Let's talk about it.
More homes in America.
Well, I believe it's true because it's the truth. Women are buying more houses than men, but does that make them a masculine woman or a feminine woman? A feminine woman is actually going to appreciate living in the guy's house. A masculine woman wants to rule the roost. So does a guy want to live with that girl? No, not really. Right? He would be in a feminine frame if he goes and lives with the woman who could kick him out at any mood swing that she has. But women can trust the fact that the guy isn't going to kick her out if he loves her, right? So that's the thing. Women are also getting more college education than men do. But is that really a flex if college itself is basically a scam at this point? So you have to check if it can actually be a flex to say if you own your own home, ladies, right? You could have a lot of different guys coming to your house, but that's going to still make you a masculine woman, okay? A feminine woman is loyal to one guy. A feminine woman will live at the man's house.
And then single men.
You want to know the other interesting fact about that is that she mentions that, 50 years ago, women couldn't even get a loan or apply for a credit card until it was signed into law. The funny thing is that once that happened and women realized they had the ability to be unshackled from the oppressiveness of men, the divorce rate in the 80s shot through the roof. I mean, it literally just went off the charts. And I remember watching how everybody was bemoaning the fact that most marriages end in divorce. Divorce rates are through the roof, and what's happening to the sanctity of marriage and all that wonderful stuff. It wasn't that the idea of marriage was failing. It was women were realizing that they can be independent and be themselves, and they did not have to rely on their livelihood to be the men. And also what's very interesting is that as the divorce rates shot up, the marriage rate shot down, and the birth rate shot down. And then everybody was freaking out about all of that until I think it was, I want to say a few years ago, that the divorce rate and the marriage rate sort of went back to pre-1970s levels. The divorce rate now is at the same rate that it was before the I forget which law it was that was signed in 1975, giving women the right to open a bank, get a loan, and actually have a credit card. So I noticed in her comments that everybody's saying, "Oh, well, I lost my house in the divorce, and I lost this." No, you can't use that tired old excuse. The divorce rate has evened out. Women are getting married at the same or maybe slightly lower rate. It's not that men are being singled out and losing their livelihood. It is women are building their own livelihood before they decide to meet with the men. So it could be also that the men are staying in with their families longer. Who knows? But anybody who's trying to blame it on divorce as the reason why more women have homes really haven't been paying attention to the trends for the last 50 years.
Yeah, at least there were some sensible men in there, right? Because if women are getting the most educated, if they are the ones who have their credit in check, if they are the ones who want more stability, then it makes sense that they'll be the ones who will want to buy more homes. Because there are some guys in there who prove the point by saying that why would they buy a house if they don't have children? Make that make sense. Why would you buy a house as an adult if you don't have children? So that means that the women come into your life and influence your decision to buy a house. Because if women do not come into your life and have children with you, you won't even think about buying a house. You rather have children before you plan to buy a house. If you're planning to have children, I would think the responsible thing to do is to plan for the house that you're going to put those children in before you think about having them. Instead of the other way around, go have multiple children somewhere where you don't have anywhere to live. How about that? Right? But I'm not the smart one. You guys are the smart ones, so you let me know. Right? So you sit there and be single and be just doing what? Moving from place to place, doing whatever. Doesn't that mean that the women that wanted to buy the houses that couldn't afford it on their own ended up influencing you to buy the house? Which also means that they are still the homeowners, whether you like it or not. So maybe that's why the courts ended up creating those laws, giving those women the houses, because they know that most guys do not own the houses before they meet the women and have children with them. And also they know that the women are the ones who wanted the homes. Right? If I'm wrong, let me know in the comment section, because it doesn't make sense. And this guy was saying that men are taxed more than women. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. Okay. And that old guy who was talking about men die earlier than women, insinuating that women are unaliving the men so they can keep their homes. That's what he was trying to say, in my opinion. And I believe there was a guy in there who was talking about women who own homes are in their masculine energy, and no guy will want to live with the woman like that, because if the woman feels like it, she's going to throw him out. And if a man owns his home, the likelihood of him throwing the woman out because is low, because he loves her. Well, a lot of the guys are saying they don't really care about owning homes because they only own homes when they have children. So make that make sense, right? When the women come into their lives and push them to buy the homes. That's what they're saying, basically. And as for love, most of you only want the women in your lives to stay in your lives because of all the things that they do for you, all the benefit that comes with being with the women. I'm sorry. It's not love. It's because you get free labor. That's what this is all about. And also they proved why a lot of women do get divorced. Because did you hear what they said? Most of the guys who were screaming, oh, they got it from divorce, they got it from divorce. Most of them were trying to say that they were the ones who were making the money, who was bringing home the bread. But then the moment they get divorced, everything is given to the woman, not taking into account all the labor, the free labor that the women put into the relationship, into the marriage, into the family, into the children, into the men in their lives. That is why the divorce rate is high. And that is why so many women are filing for it. With all of that being said, it just proves one thing, that most of these men do not like independent single women. Okay? They don't like it at all when women have their own, when they can do things on their own, when they are moving up in life and acquiring things without men. They don't like it. Right? And that's why they attacked the lady who posted that video, right? Because they were like, how dare you? How dare you say this? We are the ones who work and make the money and buy the houses. You guys marry us and then divorce us and take everything. But most of the times, most guys have already said in the video that they don't plan on buying houses until they meet the women in their lives. But anyway, let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again with another video. Take care of yourselves. Bye.